stage. All right, off to a great start. Oh, how is everybody doing tonight, this afternoon, this evening? Welcome to another episode of If I Was a Betting Man, right here on Buzzer. I am John Tyler, your co-host, along with Mr. Vinny Buono, as always. Vinny, how are you this week?
Doing great. Got a little angel glow.
Yeah, you do. I noticed that. I wasn't sure, and it's cloudy here. I'm not sure what that's about. Obviously, your heavenly aura is
This is glowing, showing.
Yeah, it's showing to all of our fans joining us on the live stream today. Let's get right into it. Last night we had the first round of the NBA draft. Let me ask you a question. You a big draft fan?
I love the draft. I'm a big draft guy. I always think the NBA does it a little too quick after the season. But I am a big draft guy, for sure. I sat down. I definitely watched it, enjoyed every second of it. Was a little annoyed how long each pick took. But other than that, I am a big draft guy.
You know, I like that the season ends and you have the draft right away.
Right.
Because, I mean, from the team's perspective, it's way better because they get to actually, have the most time to assemble the team, get every position ironed out and stuff like that. And from the fan perspective, let's hit it. Let's just hit it. Let's go.
I guess coming from a champion now, and you're a champion. We had
listen to you.
We had 9.
You're already.
There's
no reason to mention that right there.
It's like
Coming from a champion.
It's like 9 days, and it's like, oh, we keep Mitch Robinson. I'm like, wow. Even like the NFL, these other seasons, I feel you get at least a month of like an enjoyment out of it before you're thinking about next season. And I think the NBA. Kudos to them because obviously it keeps our attention span on the NBA.
Right.
But for me now as a champion, I just wish I don't want to hear about needing the Knicks to keep this roster going yet. I just feel like they deserve more flowers. And yeah.
Right. You wanted another few weeks of parades.
Yeah.
You wanted the TV special. You wanted more speeches.
I wanted a 30 for 30 already.
Yeah. It's coming. I'm sure that's coming. I'm sure it's already in production somewhere.
The only thing I had my whole life was that 1986 Met video. So
right.
So I'll be.
You had a VHS tape that was just worn out with those white lines going across the screen.
It was the only happiness I had in my life.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Sad.
Bleak.
Very bleak.
That is bleak. So. Before we go deep into what you actually thought of the content of the draft, what are your thoughts on the Miami Heat today and the Giannis situation in Miami?
Miami Heat are big winners.
You think so?
Oh yeah. I don't care what anybody says, how much you gave up. The Miami Heat gave up a bunch of middle class guys for still arguably a top 5 to top 10 guy who is still putting up the points, putting up the rebounds. You're going to put him with Bam. Pat Riley's a genius. He's done this for now almost 50 years. He's going to figure it out. Plain and simple. I don't know if the Heat will get to that level this year, but it might take a year. But, I mean, there's a reason they moved up to 5th at plus 1,800 on the odds to win. Because now they are a serious threat. They have one of the best players in the game. He's going to a situation where I think he'll be happier. And the Heat are going to figure it out. I don't think it'll be this year, but they will figure it out.
They got a lot to figure out. They've got, what do you think about Adebayo on his own? This guy, he's not a centerpiece of a team.
He's not a centerpiece, but he's definitely a great 2 guy with the Freak, and they're going to be physical, man. I mean,
they're going to be good.
Talking about a physical team with Wiggins. If they keep Wiggins, he can shoot. I don't know if they can keep what's his name now, Powell.
I think they have to keep Powell.
They have to, but I don't know if they're going to be able to figure it out.
No, it's going to be really tough to stay under that apron. I think Wiggins is. I don't know if they could get him. I think he's on a player option.
They're going to need to ask him to instead of just opting in. Hey, we'll give you maybe a 3-year deal, but it's less money.
Right, exactly. So, the 3-year, $60 million deal. Take a little bit of pressure off of this year's salary cap. I just think that they're not going to be in contention this year, and I think that last year, I think that they were two pieces away. Plus, think about how strong the role players are for the Spurs. I mean,
for sure.
Just, every starter, these guys are so young, which makes it a little bit strange, but guy after guy after guy is somebody who's like, yes, that is night and, I can see from a mile away that guy is a starter on an NBA team.
For sure.
The Heat have two of those guys,
They do. But, I mean, Spoelstra's, to me, gun to my head, is still the best head coach in the NBA.
For sure.
And the Heat always figure it out. I mean, I hate the Heat more than almost any team in the league, but they always figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, they've done a good job developing players over the years, and I think that's something that NBA players or NBA teams, coaches, actually don't get a very good return on the investment of their draft picks because they say, "What can you do for me?" and they don't teach.
Yes.
Miami teaches; they go out of their way to develop these assets, and I think that's been the issue with the NBA of late is that they're not taking the time to develop these draft picks.
I agree.
It's crazy that after the top 10 picks in the first round, the rest of these guys disappear. For the most part. It's a wild statistic, the number of players drafted, how many NBA games they actually play, because you can count it on one hand for most of these guys.
It's true.
It's a wild scenario, and these guys are elite their entire lives, and then they get drafted and then they're thrown on the trash heap almost immediately. It's a wild scenario to me, and in my opinion, a huge waste. That being said, the Heat have a ton of work to do to get themselves into contention. They have not only with their roster, they have to figure out how Giannis and Bam, they have to develop, a rapport playing together. They're going to be great defensively.
Great.
I think they'll probably be great defensively out of the gate. Their offense might take a little bit of time.
It's going to take time.
And Bam has his 3-point shot. I mean, he's 29?
Yeah.
If his 3-point shot hasn't developed yet, I mean, Jason Kidd did it, but not a lot of these guys can develop a 3-point shot after 30.
No.
So I don't know, man. It just, to me, it seems like the two of them together is intriguing and could be defensively, really something interesting. But I just don't know about the rest of the team. And I don't think Wiggins is the guy. I think Miami realizes Wiggins isn't the guy. And they need scorers. They need shooters. They sent all their shooters to Milwaukee.
But they had to do it. You only get a few chances at this.
Pat Riley is how old? 84?
He must be about 84, 85.
So it's like
he's the best executive ever.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. Him and Jerry West gun to my head, but what Riley's done his whole career is amazing. And he always finds a way to get these guys, whether it's through trade, whether it's through signing them. Riley always finds a top 10 guy that gives him a chance to win a title. He did it with Mourning, did it with LeBron. I mean,
Jimmy Butler.
It's amazing. You got to give Riley that credit.
I guess. I mean, I feel like I think their winning of late has just been sort of. I think Spoelstra deserves a lot of credit for it. I don't know.
The Heat will be a top 5 playoff team in the East next year. I think you're going to have an energetic freak come out of the gate. I think at first it will be difficult, but once they get it together, I think they will be fine.
All right. Well, we'll have to see how it works out. The other trade this week, Julius Randle gets traded to the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, that was shocking to me. It was a shock to me that the Timberwolves were just like, speaking of that second apron that the Knicks are worried about. Oh, we don't want to be in this anymore.
They're
whatever we have to do.
Well below it now.
Yeah. And they want to sign Io.
Yeah.
So, they were like,
I love Dosunmu. I think he's great.
Yeah, I think he's great. I'm just shocked. I mean, that shows you right there the Knicks won that trade, hands down.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the case. I think that the Timberwolves, found themselves up against the buzzsaw of the San Antonio Spurs and realized, well, it's going to be this way every year.
What's going to happen?
So we got to, start over again.
But what's going to happen with Anthony Edwards? Is he a guy is he the next guy who's going to be like, hey, knock, knock, like, are you going to put a winner around me, or am I going to have to go somewhere else?
I agree. I think if you're him, you're taking an active role in the development of the team right now, and you're saying, okay, what can we do or I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And I think that they all have to be clear-eyed and honest with each other about that. And, egos get in the way that sometimes. It'll be interesting to see how that works out. But I really like Anthony Edwards. I think he could be, a top 5 guy.
Yes.
And I think his prime is really, I don't know if he's at his best yet. I don't
believe he is.
I think he's got a couple of years of development left before we see peak Ant.
And listen, I like the trade for the Nets. I will talk about the draft that I did not like that draft, but I like the trade. The Nets cannot tank anymore. They don't own their pick.
Right.
So they have to try to be somewhat competitive.
Yep. Randall,
Porter, it's a start. It's a start of a team that maybe can be a feisty 7 or 8 seed. Or a 9-10.
Quick edit. Yeah, I think that's right. Maybe in a weak East. We'll see what happens. I don't know. To me, that trade, I really like what the Timberwolves are doing. They're saying, okay, we're not going to run this back. It's not going to work.
Yes.
To me, that's the thing. I always reference the Florida Panthers have a team that is, a top 4 team in the country in the NHL. They, in the Stanley Cup playoffs, they lose. They don't say, okay, let's run this back. This is a pretty good team. No, they get rid of their best player. They go back to the drawing board. They get all new guys. They bring in a new team. And what happens when you're really good but not quite there? Well, you can get better. They got better. They won 2 consecutive Stanley Cups, and they're going to be right back in it this year with both Kachuk brothers down there and outside them in Sunrise, right?
I don't know if you heard this rumor, and I don't know how true it is, but I heard a rumor for Gobert for Derek White today.
I mean, that's really interesting. I mean, that would make Boston a pretty scary team.
That would.
Defensively, they would be elite.
They would be.
I mean, that's intriguing. He's probably not worth the money they'd have to pay him.
No, but if Boston feels like, okay, our window is this, and we want to give it a go with this team, because obviously Brown's probably staying now.
Yeah, it does look that way, right? That was the next thing I was going to ask you. Is Brown going to be wearing green next season?
It feels like it. It feels like there's no other offer out there that would make sense for the Celtics to trade a top guy. No. So Brown and Tatum are going to have to be big boys and figure it out together. And listen, they've won when both are healthy. Last year, you got to throw it out. I feel Tatum came back quick, but he still wasn't actually healthy.
Right.
The Celtics is still a great team. They will still be the team that I think the Knicks will see as their biggest competitor going into next year. And they're just going to have to figure it out.
That's going to be tough. They're going to need to do some counseling. They're going to have to, maybe they could hit each other with those soft bats.
Soft bats.
That'd
be nice.
It is going to be interesting to see how that situation turns out. The one thing about the draft that I typically really like as we shift gears and start talking about the 2026 NBA draft is that a team makes a really stupid pick. Inevitably, every year, somebody makes a really stupid pick. It sends everybody's draft room into chaos. Then another team makes a stupid pick. There's this cascade effect. All of a sudden, you're stealing guys in, around the 8th pick, the 9th pick, the 10th pick. There's guys there that you're really surprised are there. Didn't really have that this year. Everybody sort of had it was like there was a hive mind. Everybody sort of picked. It was sort of a chalk NBA draft.
Now, the only thing I would disagree, but this is just me. I thought the Clippers and Nets did the wrong thing by not taking Darius Akuf.
Yeah.
I think Akuf's going to be a star in this league. And I think the Nets and the Clippers made a mistake.
It's so funny that you say that because that's exactly who I was going to bring up. Akuf was my favorite guy to watch this last year in college. And he, Arkansas rode him, on a deep run in the NCAA tournament. He is a real creator with the ball. He's a gamer. He is a fighter. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with the Kings.
Right now, gun to my head, I don't want to see his odds for a long shot.
Yeah.
Rookie of the year.
You think so?
Yeah, he's going to get the most usage. I mean, the Kings.
He's going to have a huge usage rate for sure.
The Kings that's going to be that guy. The Kings are trying to rebuild over him. They obviously want each other. The Clippers and Nets both took that as we shouldn't trade for him. I would have made the Kings trade up for him. That's just me. I thought it was bad business, but But I don't know. I feel like the Nets are gonna regret not taking Akuf.
Yeah, I mean that's a very interesting point. It's so funny that we both went to that guy to Acuff for right off the beginning because Brown is pretty good.
So I think Brown's gonna be a good player, and all of those guards that are bunched in together are gonna it's in 4 or 5 years we're gonna be looking back like who made the right pick.
Well, it's honestly it's gonna be crazy. Like even the first 4 guys, and it went in the exact order that we've been talking about for I don't know 6 months.
Yeah.
With Debonsa, I mean. At the beginning of this college basketball season, Devonta was going to be the overall number 1 pick. And then, Boozer, Peterson sort of went back and forth. And Caleb Wilson was sort of that 4th guy, sometimes jumping up. And on some people's boards, he was, not number 1, but
the potential to be.
Had the potential, and to me, Caleb Wilson, I think he's going to be a great player.
Oh, I think the Bulls.
I think the Bulls are going to be immediately pretty good. They're going to be pretty good. I think he's going to come out of the gate and he's going to play really well. He's a good defender. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
I agree.
Boozer in Memphis. I don't know.
See, I think Boozer's going to be that consistent piece. I think he's going to have a great long NBA career, and I think he's a guy you could build around. I don't know if he's the number 1 guy, but I think he's the start of something for Memphis.
Reminds me a little bit of Baquero. Like he kind of needs like that, his ability to create. He's going to be a little bit stiff.
I agree.
He's not going to be able to create as well. And his ability to, honestly, the simple act of, bringing the ball. And I think Paolo Banchero struggled with it himself for a little while. The ability, and there's a children's toy going off in the room and, it's very annoying. His ability to Banchero's ability to bring the ball up from his waist to a shooting position is hard in the NBA because defense is completely different. It's way more difficult. So I think we're going to see Boozer struggle with that, and I think his career is going to be pretty similar to his dad's. I think he's going to be a guy who is very consistent. You can rely on him for maybe. He'll probably come out the gate a little bit more, but after a few years, I think he'll be a 15-10 guy for about 15 years.
He'll make a couple All-Star games.
Probably.
He'll be consistent. And listen, I got to say, out of everyone in this draft, I do think Peterson has the biggest opportunity to become a huge star.
You think so?
Yeah. I think it's a big move by Utah,
Yeah.
Utah has some pieces, man. I don't think they're ready yet, but it's a Bill Simmons thing, but I think they're going to be a fun NBA League Pass team.
Oh yeah,
like you're going to want to watch that team.
What do you think about Peterson? The rumors that he didn't want to go to Utah.
I think if he didn't really want to go there, they wouldn't have had that call this week. Yeah. I think because I don't think the Jazz would have took him if they felt that he didn't want to be there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to live in Utah either, but playing the Jazz are going to be good.
They're going to be good.
They're going to be a really fun team, and
I mean, pieces. Danny Ainge has built that team up,
and Danny Ainge is great. It's just I think it's going to be, I think he didn't want to go there. They got him on the phone. They said, "Here's what we're going to do for you," and ran down what the team's going to be, and it's going to be what he wants.
Yeah,
he's going to be the guy,
and he's probably going to be able to do what he wants. Like they probably made some concessions to him. I'm sure he's very close with his dad, as we know.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's like that went into play, and I think that's big deal.
Pretty wild. So of those first 4 guys that we've been talking about for a year, so you think Peterson is the guy?
Yes. What about you?
Yeah, I watched Debonta play a couple of games that started at 10 o'clock, right on that couch over there. And I was blown away by his ability. It seems like his ceiling is the highest. But he's going to have to do a lot of work right now to be effective going forward. And it's just interesting to me how people get to the NBA and they just stop.
Yeah.
They just stop working, and it's a lot of them. It's a lot of guys. So I think, I think that Devonta could really be something. He really could be something. He's got an NBA grown man, aura coming off of him, and it's just like watching him play in college against other college teams. It's just like, oh my God, this guy is this guy is different. This guy is on another level, and you don't really see that much. So it's been a couple years since I've seen it in a player as much as I saw it out of Debonsa this year.
And listen, these drafts, no matter what, are crapshoots. I'm like, let's go back to 2019. You had Barrett, Morant, and who's the big guy from the Pelicans that never plays now?
Yeah.
Duke.
Oh my God.
I had his name, and now I'm blanking on it.
We're both gonna lose it. Blew out his shoe.
Oh my God.
Got a Nike deal out of it.
Well as I'm saying it, since we can't remember him, those three were going to be Hall of Famers. We thought.
Yeah. I don't know. That guy, his body, it's just like it's a big body to be running around like a guard.
I can't believe I can't remember his name.
And me neither. We're both spacing on it. This is what live podcasting is all about.
Live podcasting. I brought it up and I couldn't even remember his name.
Yeah, you did bring it up. When I can't think of somebody's name, I bring it up and you say it. 99% of the time. That's how we do things. We're a team.
But just saying, like, we're talking about these guys like they're going to be Hall of Famers. It doesn't always happen. I
thought he and Ingram were going to be together in, New Orleans for a while, and I thought that they would be effective.
Zion.
Yeah, Zion. He just couldn't stay healthy.
No.
And he couldn't work out, and so when he's not working out, he was gaining weight. It's this vicious cycle. It's like I don't even blame the guy. Like, what are you supposed to do?
God, looking back at that draft, you're right. People we're all talking about this draft, but there is a chance in 7 years you don't know half these guys.
No, there's not a chance. It is a fact. We're not going to know. We're only going to know like 4 of them. I mean, I might bump up the Vinny quiz this week a little bit early because it's going to be all about the second round of the NBA draft.
Okay.
But it's absolutely wild to me that, I went through, I don't know how many drafts. And because I had the thought, I was like, is it possible that only a couple of these guys, like, we put so much pressure on them? I mean, it's crazy how much, guys are just washed out of the league in no time.
I guess if you think about it, but the NBA has so few roster positions,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And there's a draft every year, so it's like,
Yeah,
you're either making it or you're not.
you got to be vicious.
Where I'm sure if we looked at NFL draft, a lot of these guys stay in the league,
But
at
you
least
still
for
need-
7-8 years.
You still need huge rosters.
Yes.
And
Yes.
there is overlap in positions with special teams and practice squads and all this other stuff. And if you're on a practice squad, you're going to get bumped up to the active roster because injuries are real in the NFL in a way that they're not in necessarily in the NBA. The G League isn't always going to be the best path to
No.
playing time. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I think some interesting stuff about the draft. Honestly, I was just kind of, I put it on. I watched it for 20 minutes. I can't stand the vamping in the studio. I feel like I miss Billis.
Yes.
Get
I
Billis
agree.
on there. Why isn't
agree.
Billis on there? Is it just because he's so critical of the NCAA? I don't understand why we don't have more
I think it's
Billis.
that.
I want to see Billis all the time. I can't stand. Oh my God, that thing is going off again. I don't know what to do about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's the craziest thing. It's the wheels on the bus.
Hey, also the Spurs and the Thunder had good drafts.
Of course, the Spurs always draft well and they develop well.
And the Thunder, that Myra is going to be a good pick for them. They were like, oh, we need someone to go
I don't
after.
know.
I like him.
I don't know.
I like him.
We'll have to wait and see about that. Anything else on the draft before we move on?
No.
What do you think about Dusty May to the Mavs?
I think this is the reason when people want to argue about the NIL and the portal, coaches leave. And, so when I hear a coach complain about stuff, it's like, this is why, like, these players deserve an opportunity to go where they want. And we can't blame it on the players because the coach has been doing this for 50 more years.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I like May, but he left them really late in the game.
Yeah, I think he left them late in the game to the point where they announced that his assistant was going to be the interim coach. It's like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
We know he's going to be the interim coach. They're basically saying, hey, if you want to be the coach of Michigan, we're looking at everybody right now. It's not necessarily a bad thing. The Knicks got Mike Brown at the last second after everybody else was already on a team. But it is a bummer for Michigan fans, and I think it was avoidable. Unfortunately, I think they would have had a real dynasty in Ann Arbor, but it's over and it's fine. There's still, a team with a lot of prestige. I think he established them as an elite team
For sure.
in college basketball. But boy, I think the Mavericks got a really good coach. How would you say, how many guys that come out of college and go to the pros actually work out? Like, would you say 1 out of 5?
I would say 1 out of 5. I think 2 out of 5 become okay head coaches. 1 out of 5 is really good. Like how we put
Donovan?
Donovan. Like, would he be considered successful?
No, I don't think so.
Like what was he with the Thunder? A second round guy. The
Yeah.
Bulls made it out of the first round maybe once.
Yeah.
So
Bulls is a tough organization.
yeah.
The Thunder, he was there,
Would-
used as a stepping
Would
stone
Donovan
guy.
be the Michigan guy next year?
Nah,
He's more of an East Coast guy. Well,
I don't
West
know.
Coast to Chicago. I mean,
I don't know. Honestly, it's going to be difficult for them to get a guy as good as Dusty May was. And, that being said, think about this. Like Pitino, he was a exceptional college coach, goes to the pros. He's a shouter. Nobody wanted to listen to him. He was basically written off like right away by his team.
he was good with the Knicks, but
Because of the way that he ran the practices. Yeah, maybe that's the case. He was terrible in Boston.
So, Boston was a disaster.
From day one, it was a disaster. Some of the other guys, honestly, to me, it doesn't make sense.
Calipari.
Well, Calipari, whatever. That guy, he drives me. I have to say, I think that guy his career has been a real roller coaster, and I think that going back to Arkansas made him actually do some more coaching, because I think there were years in Kentucky where he wasn't doing enough coaching and he had bad teams on the floor, and he wasn't into developing the players. He was into recruiting them and schmoozing. And Arkansas, honestly, he's reestablished himself as a premier coach in college basketball. I think Dusty May he's got about a 50-50 shot. He's got a great roster. He's got a young roster. They got better in the draft. He drafted his own player.
See, I actually think that was the worst of the 3 Michigan players.
You think so?
Yeah, that's just me. But I understand that they think he's more of a
higher upside,
like a right piece for the team they're trying to build around Cooper Fleck.
Yeah, I think so. And honestly, it's a win-win situation for him. He doesn't have to take credit for that pick. He's only been the head coach of that team for a few days,
Yeah.
So he's not going to get criticized for that pick. He can he can say that it was anybody's. He can blame it on the janitor. It
Cooper
doesn't
Fleck's
matter.
only going to get better and better.
Yeah, Cooper Flagg's going to get better and better. It's a wild thing, and I don't know. I think everybody on the team was upset that Jason Kidd wasn't going to be there anymore. And I've been really surprised at Jason Kidd's coaching career. I think he's been a good coach. I do like his press conferences. I like what he says. He says smart things. Oh my God, that thing is going off again. This is crazy. I'm going to have to go do something. You got to vamp.
We got a vamp. Well, listen, Jason Kidd has had a great career, John. The wheels on the bus, everyone. This is why I don't have kids, everyone. I wouldn't know what to do. I don't even clean up after myself.
Oh my God, I'm throwing that thing in the river right after the podcast. I hate that puzzle so much. Oh, okay. It's one of those puzzles where if you lift off the pieces, the wheels on the bus, or the wipers on the bus, or the driver of the bus, or the bus just got thrown into the fucking river. Okay, let's talk about receipts from last week. We both took the USA men to beat Australia. I said that they were going to kill them. They pretty much handled them.
They handled them.
Very exciting position for the United States men to be in right now. Playing as well as anybody in the group stage of the World Cup. People are picking them to go pretty far in the knockout round, and it's pretty exciting. I was watching a British, football show the other night. They were talking about how well the American men are playing, and everybody, everybody's very dismissive of American teams.
Of course.
It's like the cool thing to be like, no, they're shit, and everybody did do that except for one guy was like, they're spicy. He's like, if I was playing on a team, I wouldn't want to play them.
No, they're playing great.
They're looking really good. So I'm very excited to see how this. They've basically already made it. They're going to play Turkey. Doesn't matter. And then the knockout round begins,
They'll play one of the third place teams,
which is good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's definitely good for them. I mean, that should be a winnable game for them. And if the U.S. could ever get through that next game, they've never been able to get through that next game.
Right. One knockout game. Well, since 1930, when they got third place.
Yes.
But
I think 1930, there was only like 4 or 5 teams. I don't think
there were no good teams.
Okay.
We talked about this last week. You know, none of the premier European teams went to Uruguay for the original World Cup, the first one in 1930, due to the long, perilous sea voyage. They were worried about going down on a ship in the middle of the Atlantic or whatever. Whatever. I'm not sure where.
What about
Uruguay is?
What about Scotland drinking
all of the beer?
All the beer, and then when they got to Bud Light, they're like, "Nah, that's shit."
Yeah. Well, then the English came, and
and they still can't win in Boston.
That was a wild game. I watched that entire match.
That was a fun game.
The English just looked so frustrated out there. I mean, they were my dark horse pick to win, and they don't look good. They look a little bit anxious.
Ghana's a good
on
team,
the pitch.
Ghana's a good team.
I think all of the, this has been a historic World Cup for the African teams. They played really well.
That Cape Verde team, watching them, that game against Uruguay was amazing.
Yeah.
It was a really fun game.
Oh, man, how can you not root for them? It's really fun.
It is fun.
So if I was a betting man, Vinny and I randomly selected 5 World Cup teams were selected at random for us, and then we selected 2 teams each. Of course, we picked favorites for those 2 teams, but the rest of the teams were selected for us at random. You may be able to tell that by the teams that I was given. I was given Czechia, Curacao, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Australia, Qatar, and then the 2 teams I picked were France and Portugal. Portugal finally getting a win. Vinny was given South Africa, England, Mexico, Brazil, and Bosnia-Herzegovina, and selected Spain and Germany. As you might be able to do a little bit of quick math in your head and realize that he is killing me, adding up the points that each team has been given in the World Cup standing point system. Vinny has 27 points. I have 17 points. It's already over. The Betting Man World Cup has been a huge failure, and I lose.
You know what?
A bunch of bullshit.
I've given you so much money. It was time. It was time for the betting gods to be like, let's have Vinny win some of his money back.
It's true. I let random things come into the podcast, and I lost. Let this be a lesson to all bettors out there. Don't let random things influence your betting. Absolutely random, and I am finally going to hand Vinny that sweaty wad of cash he's been waiting for. We'll put a little bit of a dent and a little nick.
Little nick. Just a little nick.
In the
Gonna need a lot more of those randoms to get it all back.
It is going to be a while. Oh, boy. So, moving on, before the World Cup, you bet Mbappe to win the Golden Boot. What did you get that at?
I did it I think it was 2 months ago I said it because I liked it. Plus 550.
That's a great bet. He's currently tied for second, I believe. Messi's in first with 5 goals. Let's go take a look at
Messi's amazing, man.
Let's take a look at the player futures and see what we got. Golden Boot winner. Oh, that's all locked. Boy, what is going on with the
it'll be
odds makers?
It'll be unlocked after the games today.
Yeah. It's just a pain. They've been locking all kinds of stuff. And I'll tell you what, they've also completely locked the NBA out.
Oh, really? Even all like winners, everything?
Everything is closed. Wow. There's nothing available to bet on.
I guess they'll wait until after. Nah, they'll probably open it up before free agency. Not that there's any big free agents this year. I mean, they
can't close it through July 7th or whatever it is. Yeah. They gotta.
They'll open. They'll probably.
It'll be open tomorrow.
Yeah.
It'll be limited though.
I bet it's probably closed because the second round is going on right now.
I guess, but the second round. I mean, take all that stuff down. You don't have to have the player props up there.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, let us look at the odds. I just want to look at them. I just like to look at them.
And Messi's been great so far, but I still like him. I think France is going to be in the final unless something drastic happens, and the Golden Boot obviously goes through the final.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I think Mbappe would still be the guy.
Mbappe. So of the teams that you've watched play, has there any that stood out to you over any? Obviously France is still considered the favorite to win. They took the edge over. Originally, they were co-favorites with Spain. Uh-huh. They edged out Spain when Spain's flat opener that ended in a draw against the highly underrated Cape Verde.
Norway has stood out to me.
They have one of the 3 best players.
They do. God, those guys are they're huge.
Yeah, they're big boys.
Like, and just watching them, I'm like, why couldn't? Again, I don't know enough about this sport, and I'm just watching with my eyes and trying to learn, like I have for 20 years. Why couldn't Holland beat France?
Sure.
Like why? Yeah. I mean, it's not like out of the realm of possibilities.
His career has been historic. He was scoring, he was averaging over a goal a game for entire seasons. Yeah. He's an incredible player. And 4 years ago, he was too young to play on the Norwegian team. Yeah. So, this guy is the guy. He is the next guy after Messi, and then Mbappe, and Holland is the guy. So it's going to be really interesting to see how their World Cup pans out. The knockout stages are, every time Norway plays in the knockout stage, it's appointment television. You have to watch every one of those games. They're right up there with all of the other favorites that we should have a quick chat about. Team futures. So I mean, I love France. I think France is excellent. Spain, despite their flat start, is an incredibly good team. I think England, Harry Kane is still one of the 3, one of the 4, 3
England will be there.
Best players in the World Cup. I think that they just need to get it together, figure out the right unit they're going to put on the pitch. It seems like their substituting gets pretty random in the second half of games when they're tied, or it's they're throwing a lot of stuff at the wall.
And listen, Brazil's good too. Vinny Jr. Brazil's a good team too.
I don't think it's Brazil's year. And I don't think it's Portugal's year either. I think you're going to see France, Spain, England, or a team further down like Norway, who actually, right now the odds of Norway winning plus 3,300.
Wow.
United States odds.
Plus 25.
Plus 3.
Plus 3,000.
That's crazy. Better odds.
Okay. That's crazy. I would say Norway over. I mean, U.S. has looked great. I just don't think the U.S. has a guy like Holland.
No. I mean, Flogan is probably going to get a Premier League spot in the upcoming season, but after his performance so far in the World Cup, it's been excellent, which is pretty exciting.
And what's Spain and England like? France and England plus 450, plus 500?
So France is plus. Oh man, I gotta put on glasses. I don't know why they. France is plus 360.
Okay.
Spain is plus 550.
France is the heavy favorite.
Heavy favorite for France. Yeah. Argentina and England are both at plus 600. Argentina obviously gets a ton of the betting money because they won the last one and because they have the most, the best player ever on their team. Then it comes to Portugal plus 1,000, Brazil plus 1,300, tied with Germany. And then you go to plus 1,700 for the Netherlands before the big jump to plus.
Netherlands has been great too.
They have been good. I think they're right there, plus 1,700. I think that's exactly where they should be. I think Germany might be a little overrated there at plus 1,300. And then the United States is after that big jump at plus 3,000, just ahead of Norway, who's at plus 3,300. Yeah.
Gotta be honest. Plus, I think putting 100 on Brazil plus 1,300 isn't. I know what you like. I don't believe a European team has ever won. I'd have to go back and fact check what I'm about to say, but I know I had heard this once before that a European team has never won in the Americas. So if you're going by that standard, Argentina and Brazil would probably be the two teams you'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
could get there. Now, all these things always change. Brazil finally won it, not in the Americas, blah, blah, blah. But Brazil hasn't won in almost 25 years.
To me, that's a statistic that it just feels like you need to. I think that statistic is thrown out the window playing the United States this year. I think that the facilities here have been incredible, except for MetLife, which everybody says is substandard. It's unbelievable.
It's the worst stadium ever built.
It's unbelievable how the fans despise it. The players all get hurt playing on it because it's turf. We're having the World Cup final there, and none of the players want to play in the World Cup final on it because they don't like the grass. It's just a crazy thing that this is,
I hate that stadium.
It's the New York City Stadium.
Have you been there?
Yeah, I've been there a ton of times. I hate it. I hate leaving. I watched some video on social media yesterday. This kid was in his seat at the end of a World Cup match, and it was 9:30. And he said, I'm going to film how long it takes me to get back to my apartment in Manhattan, Lower Manhattan. And he got back there at
midnight?
No, 10 after 11. And I was like, bullshit. You know how long it takes me to get back from MetLife Stadium? Yeah. I mean, this is with, people getting in cars in the parking lot. There's no parking there for the World Cup. No. So you have to take mass transit. And when I have gone to get on, I've done everything. I've taken the bus, I've taken the train, I've taken an Uber, I've rented a limousine and had it pick us up. I've done anything you can imagine. And it always takes 3 hours at least. It took me the last time I went to a game there. It was Bills Jets. And it took 4 hours to get home. My brother and I were waiting for the train for 2.5 hours. It was just horrible. I can't I say it every time I go. I'm never coming back.
Last time we took the Port Authority bus. Going home, it took us 3.5 hours for that 15-minute ride.
Exactly.
And the most annoying thing about MetLife is literally you could be looking straight at your seat. Your seat could be right in front of you, and you have to wait in a line to the right to walk to the right, to then walk down, to then go to the left, to then come back up to get to your seat. And you're like, my seat is right there. It's just, there are traffic jams in that stadium that you need to get in at 12:30. So you can't even tailgate to 12. You need to be there at 12:30 to get to your seat because you will get in a traffic jam to get to your seat.
Which why I usually go late in the season when, the New York team's hopes have long ago been crushed. And it's empty. It still takes forever to get out of there. I hate it. I hate it so much. Why is it in New Jersey? I don't understand any of it. Anyway,
the Bears are going to regret moving to Indiana.
They are 100% going to regret moving to Indiana. Keep the stadiums in the city. I don't understand it. Okay. So anyway, back to what I was talking about. It looks like the teams that I picked to win the World Cup and the Golden Boot, which I picked Harry Kane and England, are right now outside looking in. There is time for them to play into shape and get back into contention. Any other thoughts on the World Cup before we talk a little bit about baseball and get out of here?
Yeah. Do you want to do a double or nothing on the teams that you have? France and England, right?
Yeah.
I have Germany and Spain. You want to do a double or nothing?
No, I have.
Oh, you didn't pick those two teams?
I have France. You already had England. So
okay,
I took France and Portugal.
Okay. Do you want to do a double or nothing?
No, I don't like Portugal that much. I don't think they've looked good. I think
how's this? I'll give you another team, any other team. And I keep Spain and Germany.
Any other team that's not involved in our. You know what? Let's take a look at this, and I think maybe we'll do a little something with this. I think we will.
I want to see you get your money back.
Jeez. As I walk right into your little trap.
Hot streak, baby.
Yeah.
Ooh, Knicks.
Yeah. Okay. We're just gonna check in on baseball real quick. In an earlier episode before the season started, before the baseball season, we both picked 5 players in all of baseball as a home run derby. Whoever hit the most home runs won $100 at the end of the season, right? So this has been sort of a crazy year, and anybody who's playing fantasy baseball knows that there's been a huge decline in a lot of
My whole team's on the IL.
stalwarts last year. I mean, not just that, but you've got guys like Cal Raleigh who are not able to produce. That being said, your team has jumped ahead to a lead.
I was shocked when I saw that.
It's wild.
Because
And
Judge is out.
Judge is out. So let me go through your team. Your team is Aaron Judge. You have Kurtz from the A's. You have Juan Soto from the Mets. You have Shea Langoliers from the A's. And you have Eugenio Suarez from the Reds, who's off the IL. And he's hit 3 home runs in the last couple weeks. Your team is great. Judge has 17. Kurtz on the A's and Shea Langoliers also on the A's. They both have 19 home runs.
Minor league ballpark.
That's incredible. I mean, I guess that's but they're also
those
they're
games
both
in Vegas. I mean, they're great players.
they're playing really well.
I mean, the A's. I think, gun to my head, the A's will win a title in the next 5 years once they move to Vegas.
I don't know.
They have a really good core if they keep it together.
They will struggle to keep it together. They're going to have a whole new identity. You know, if they do move to Vegas and their income does, reflect what a Vegas, team will make, which is an excellent income, then maybe they'll start spending money, but maybe they won't.
They've been smart. A lot of these guys, they've signed already. They've done that like where they've already signed these guys for 7 years, 140 million. Like, hey, you're on your rookie contract. Let's just break that up right now.
Yeah, it doesn't mean they won't make them negotiate for more if
that
they
is true.
if they deserve it. So that your total is 79 home runs, which is crazy because 2 weeks ago, the last time we talked about this, you had 56.
That's crazy.
Which is a lot of home runs. I mean, Soto's also been playing really well in that time. Soto's really rounded into shape. Don't really see it in the standings.
No, but I mean, there's nothing Soto can do if the Mets the Mets ERA in the first 3 games is 8.8.
That's insane.
The Mets have a great bullpen.
Wait, for what period of time is that?
The whole year now.
Oh my God, Vinny, that is just.
We might have to fact check that, but I know it's
brutal.
Like it's just like, what are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do?
I mean, you're certainly not going to sell any tickets.
Like the bullpen.
One of the most brutal statistics I've ever heard.
And in the most Met-like thing, like the bullpen has actually been good.
Yeah.
Like it's a shame. That team they need to just trade pieces away and regroup next year. And they're very lucky the Knicks won the title because people like me don't care. Like I just don't care.
Right. No, that's a very good point. Every Mets fan is a Knicks fan.
Yeah. So it's just like, we're going to chalk this up. Come football season, I will get angry again.
Did you see the people at the NBA draft in the Brooklyn Nets jerseys?
I feel bad for those guys.
Who were they?
I don't know.
Do you know any Nets fans?
I know a few sad Net fans that I'm just like.
They were Nets fans, like they followed them from Jersey?
Yeah. But not a lot. I know like 3 or 4.
From Staten Island?
From Staten Island, from Jersey area.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And that's about it. And then obviously.
I mean, those New Jersey Nets teams were fun. They were spicy.
They were. It's just, I feel bad for the Nets. The
Petrovic.
Nets are never going to have a fan base.
Well,
never.
The
Nashville Nets sounds a lot better.
It's like I've been in New York since before the Nets were here. I've never met a diehard Nets fan. It's an impossible team. The New Jersey fans felt left behind when they moved to Brooklyn. Nobody in Brooklyn wants anything to do with the Nets.
They're Knicks fans.
They're Knicks fans.
Do you think the Nets at some point will move back to New Jersey?
I mean, it's not taking here. I mean, when the Islanders started playing at the Barclays Center, which, the Nets facility, I was like, this is a home run. This is the smartest thing they could have done. No one
showed up.
Nobody came to the games.
No.
And, I love the Barclays. I can walk to the Barclays Center.
And listen, the Liberty are a great team and they sell out.
Yeah.
So it shows that
it's the Liberty's arena.
It's the Liberty Arena. And I think that's what it's going to be in the future. I have a feeling at some point the Nets will I think the smartest thing for the Nets would be to cut their cord and go back to Jersey. That's what I think. That's just me.
Okay. I think that's a great hot take from Vinny at this point in the show. I just want to do one quick thing, and that is Vinny's quiz this week. Now, tonight, starting 4 minutes ago, is the second round of the NBA draft.
When the Knicks are going to trade that pick too.
In honor of the second round of the NBA draft, I'm going to name a team, and Vinny, I want you to name the player that was picked in the second round that became a franchise centerpiece for that
Okay.
team. Okay. If you need additional help, I'll give you the year.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to start off
Throw me
pretty.
with a layup.
I'm going to start off pretty easy. I'm going to say Golden State Warriors.
Draymond Green.
All right, very good. He was the 35th pick in 2012.
Future
Okay.
Hall of Fame.
We're going to get exactly. And I believe all of these guys are Hall of Famers.
Okay.
This guy, yes, this guy is a you tell me. The Memphis Grizzlies, followed by the Toronto Raptors.
Grizzlies drafted him.
Yeah. Don't overthink it.
I'm gonna overthink it now. God damn it. Marc Gasol.
Exactly. Good job. Good job. Okay. The Chicago Bulls.
Jimmy Butler.
No.
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 Oh.
He was a first round pick.
Oh. So he's late first round.
Yep.
Okay.
You
Okay.
Let me give you the year.
Okay.
1986.
1986. 1986.
Oh, I'm wrong. It wasn't the Bulls. I'm an
Okay.
idiot. I think it was Detroit.
Oh, Rodman.
Yeah, it is Rodman.
Yeah, Dennis Rodman.
It's got the wrong. It's wrong.
Dennis Rodman.
I should have taken it off of. This is AI created this.
AI, because I was gonna say the Lakers drafted Gasol. Gasol went in the
The Lakers drafted Marc Gasol.
yeah.
Okay.
Funny enough, they traded Marc Gasol for Paul Gasol.
Right. I don't know if this is right or not. The Denver Nuggets.
Denver Nuggets. But yeah.
2014.
Denver Nuggets 2014.
Yeah.
Hall of Famer, huh?
Definitely. For sure. Probably unanimous.
Denver Nuggets Hall of Famer. No. Joker was a first round pick.
No, he was not.
No?
Second round, 41st overall.
No way.
Yep.
That's the best pick ever.
Best pick ever. Best pick ever. I saved that for last. I mean, obviously,
I'm
obviously
stunned right now.
Brunson, but yeah, Jokic, second round pick.
Brunson's a second round. That's right.
Brunson also second round pick. I knew you'd get that one, so I didn't ask.
Wow, that's the best first round pick, the second round pick ever.
Well, I would definitely say he's the best. I mean, yeah, I guess he is. Yeah, he's the best second round pick of all time. Okay. Last one more.
Okay.
San Antonio.
San Antonio, second round pick that turned into a star. It's not Sean Elliott. But yeah.
1999, 57th overall.
Tony Parker.
No.
Mano.
Yeah, Ginobili.
Mano Ginobili. Parker was a first round.
Mm-hmm.
God, Mano Ginobili.
4 titles and 6 Man of the Year. I think twice.
Mano's another Hall of Fame. I mean, God.
Definitely. He won a lot of titles and started in the last 2, I think.
And he's one of those guys too that he was the glue guy and an unselfish guy that he came off the bench because he knew it was the best thing for the team.
Exactly. Great guy, funny guy, great interview. I always liked Manu. I don't know why he wasn't. I mean, his English wasn't perfect, but I always wondered why he wasn't on like talk shows more because he was very charming.
Very great player. I actually still have a Manu Ginobili jersey.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Why do you have a Ginobili jersey?
Well, because I always had like got players like I have 2 Kobe jerseys. I have a bunch of jerseys I don't wear anymore, but yeah, Manu. I love Manu.
Okay, we're gonna wrap it up. Just one more, a couple more quick things. One, Brian Kelly, it was announced today, is being pursued by CBS to be an anchor
For the NFL? Really?
No, to be a talking head, I'm sure,
For the college football.
on the College Football Saturday show.
Okay. Wow. Interesting.
Is he the most hateable coach in sports?
He's up there. He's up there.
I mean, I guess a lot of these hateable guys get jobs, but boy, I mean, he's got to do some reputation rehabilitation. But boy, I don't care what Brian Kelly.
No.
I mean, honestly, he'll probably work at CBS for a few months, and then right when the postseason's coming, he'll probably jump to a different network.
That's for sure. Or to another team.
Okay. What do you want to bet on this week?
I like. I'm going to go with my Norway. I don't think Norway will beat France, but I think both teams. They both know they're going to make it to the second round. Plus 330 on a draw.
Really, I see plus 350 right here.
Well, I'll take that plus 350 on the draw. And then I got to be honest. I don't know what it is, but I think I saw. You could tell me if I'm right. Plus 250 on the USA draw. Again, I think the US has already won that. I don't think they're going to go crazy for that game.
Plus 300. I'm going to take the U.S. to win that game.
Okay.
It's only negative 115 against Turkey. Turkey is already basically eliminated, but they could be spicy playing against the United States.
Spicy. I don't know if the United States are going to play all their guys just because
they probably won't.
They already clinched the top spot, so I'm going to go draw. I'm going to go draw on those.
I think Pulisic will probably see some time in the first half just to get himself back into playing shape so that he can be ready for the knockout stage. Maybe not, though. We might not see him. It is going to be pretty interesting.
And I just want to say this. I'm going to hammer it again. The White Sox are still plus 6,000 to win the World Series, and they're in first place.
Yeah, and they're playing really well. I was going through when I was checking out the stats for the our home run derby, our betting man home run derby. There's two guys with 20 home runs on the White Sox, Murakami and Colson Montgomery.
And Montgomery's been out for a while.
You got to be kidding me. Going through this, you would never know. I mean, most of these guys this year, you would not put in the top. Byron Buxton has 25 home runs. Schwarber has 29. A lot of people thought he was going to decline this year. Yeah. He's got a nice lead. Yordan Alvarez is having an incredible season. His OPS is 1.076.
That's amazing.
That is crazy. He's got a 3.9 WAR.
Is Schwarber one of the weirdest players ever where, he's just become he was good with the Cubs, but he has become so dominant late in his career.
It's crazy.
He's a Hall of Famer now.
Yeah, definitely. The other player who really stands out is Ben Rice. I mean, he's been lights out. If you just look at the OPS, the top three OPS, Yordan Alvarez, incredible 1.076 OPS. Nick Kurtz right after him with 982. How about that? That is really something for Nick Kurtz. He is having a career season. And then in third place, Ben Rice, 972 ahead of Ohtani, and then Soto is in fifth place.
And let me tell you what the Yankees are proving to at least the Mets. You can have injuries and still win baseball games. Yeah. A good organization finds a way and has the right pieces. Get your shit together, Stearns.
They've had it tough. The Yankees have had a tough week.
So I don't want to hear about injuries with the Mets.
They haven't won in a while.
But they're still in first.
They won yesterday.
They're still in first.
They won yesterday, but they lost the 5 games before that, I believe. Yeah, and they're still in first because Tampa Bay is going through a slump of all slumps. All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode of If I Was a Betting Man. I want to thank Jason Hammonds, the great Jason Hammonds, our friend. I want to thank Chris Dunn, our friend, and I want to thank Justin Tyler, our friend and brother. Thank you for listening, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see you next week on If I Was a Betting Man.